Alright, chat. I know it has been a crazy minute since we actually have done a trailer. We actually just managed to get done with the Saddle of the Erdtree DLC of Elden Ring. No matter, we have done a trailers of like the main bosses and all of the bosses in the post game of Elden Ring. How about we actually do like waiting the bosses of the DLC? So that's what we're gonna be doing. So here we go. Alright. We got a few of some trials here. We got S is gonna be most difficult. A is very difficult. B is difficult. C average difficult. D was easy. E is very easy. And F is like the easiest boss. Lol. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know whenever we actually get more into like the DLC. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know that some of these bosses are gonna be really easy, that we actually went through with no problems, and some of these that we actually destroyed in one shot, basically. Okay, so in my mind, if I remember, like our really first boss was the Black Gold Knight. Was it the Black Gold Knight, chat? Let me actually look. Let me actually go and find all of the titles that I written down. Yes, a matter of fact, it definitely was the Black Gold Knight. Okay, so the Black Gold Knight is right at the Graves Plain. It's literally like the first startup of the game. It's actually gonna be, it's a memorial boss. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, chat, that this boss was, for starting up with the DLC, this boss was actually, it was difficult, and then we actually managed to defeat it that day, but it did took us like a few times. Just gonna go ahead and let you guys know that I'm gonna turn down Spotify here actually. The Black Gold Knight, I'm gonna say it was difficult, but it was like an average difficult to me. No matter, was like, we was close like a few times to close getting it killed, but he always get like, we always make that one little mistake that can actually like just fuck this over basically. So the Black Gold Knight, I'm gonna say is about average difficult. It wasn't difficult, but he's about average to me. Alright. Looking through my piece of paper, I think like the next boss that we actually did is actually technically was supposed to be the second boss of the DLC. That is Lana, the Twin Moons. Alright, where are you, God? There it is. Lana, the Twin Moon Knight. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be straight honest with you guys. Mostly, no matter, this was supposed to be like the second main boss, but no matter, Renala was Lana on the Twin Moon Knight was technically supposed to be the second main boss, but it was actually our first main boss. This boss at first was like really difficult. It did took us like a few times to do it, but I actually do enjoy this fight. This fight was chest kiss. No matter whenever he does like the blue ball move, the blue moon, I had to call it blue balls move. It kind of a little bit, it can fuck you over if you're not paying attention to it, if you're not prepared for it. You can say that this boss was, for like mostly being like your first boss, no matter, that's what I actually did. This boss was, it was difficult. It It was difficult, but I don't know if it was very difficult. Because I want to say that. I have a feeling it's probably gonna be more in... I probably would put it at difficult. It wasn't hard. It wasn't like very difficult or most difficult. I probably put it on difficult. That's what I probably would do. Next boss we actually managed to go after was the Divine Dancing Lion. The Divine Beast Dancing Lion. It was the easy boss. It was the easy boss anyway. No matter it's like you should know like no matter it's like here's the thing, I kind of already known about what its weakness is because around the time when I was playing the DLC, everybody else was on this boss and it said it's weak against lightning. So I just used Bolt of Grand Sex. You guys were there, chat. You guys were there. It was the easy boss. It was the easy boss. I'm trying to go by list by how I managed to go through. The next one was the Ghost Flame Dragon. I don't think any of the... Okay, we got version 1 and we got version 2. I do see that. I don't know what's the difference between the two here. I don't really think there was like a really much of a difference here. This was like right at the lake, like right outside the castle. Kind of like at that lake or pond area by at the top of the starting point. I can say it was about average. No matter it's like if you didn't had the Dragon Hunter Great Katana, it can be like very difficult because these Ghost Flame Dragons have a crap ton of health. We've had like 3 of them in the DLC. Yes. There's one in the starting point. There's one in kind of like the southern coast. Yeah, the southern coast part of the map, and then the last one was around Silly Altus. I'm probably pronouncing that zone wrong. There's only like 3 of these, but it's kind of funny there's only like 2 versions of this, but but whenever we actually manage to get the Dragon Hunter Great Katana, I can probably say it was about average. It was difficult at first, but the more we actually, the other 2 that we fought, we already knew what they're capable of. So I'm probably saying that they was about average. I would probably do the same thing with the version 2 also. Here's the thing, chat. The only boss that I do see here that we never fought was the Furnace Golems. We never attempt to go after them. We never did. But every single time I try to do like one teeny tiny hint, we did like just like a pinch of a health. Actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Furnace Golems are probably like most difficult because I never really exactly like fully went like towards them and trying to kill them. I did saw on a TikTok that you can get like a tier. It was called like the oil coated tier. You can actually like throw. It's like some reason it's like a tier basically, and you can throw an item at it, and then if you use like a flame pod or like a bomb, it's like especially like one shot basically. I never found this tier, so I don't know what's about it, but we actually gonna put Furnace Golems at most difficult because I never really went after them. The one time we did try, we didn't even attempt to try to kill it because how how crazy insane it was. So this is like the only technically these are not really bosses because Mount Genie, they're actually called the great enemies. They just gonna respawn anyway. But anyway, it is what it is. Looking back through here, we managed to get the next was the railroad in the Great Red Baron. It's another easy fight. All I gotta say. The Black Knight of Forward, I don't think that is actually count. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we did cheese this fight actually, because that room that he was stationed in, we used the stairs actually. Just we went on top of the stairs and then we just dropped down. So whenever he drops down, he gets a little. He's a little slow getting up, so that's like the time we actually put like some serious damage to him. So we can, yeah, so basically we kind of cheesed this fight, but it was easy. He was an easy boss. Okay, right after that, we did, the Golden Hippo. No matter, I did get into this boss like super early into the game. So yeah, I will say that the Golden Hippo was difficult at first. I probably I make it fair. I feel like I may move a Willana up to very difficult because the Golden Hippo wasn't that bad. He did manage to use finger remedies. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's part of the technique. That's part of the it's part of the game. You can use finger remedies. Some people doesn't like to use them, but a lot of people do. I did use golden finger remedies on the Golden Hippo. Yes. Excuse me. I can say that that kind of it definitely was a little bit of a game changer, but it's a little bit. I think it's. I don't know if it's going to be very difficult or I probably put it at difficult. I'm thinking more very difficult on Willana fight. No matter, it's like you kind of understand her movesets really easily. Now you know like exactly like what his movesets are. It's really not that bad. Honestly, like it really isn't. Okay, next on the list here I got was Wagala the Great Red Baron. Yeah, basically, I actually put the two on here, but they both was easy fights anyway. Just gonna go ahead and say that. For the people that wants to know what I'm looking at, this is actually the seed of the piece of paper that I've written down for like titles for like the collections actually over on my Twitch channel. If you guys want to go and follow me, I live mostly every day from Monday to Friday. Just letting you guys know. Okay. Well, after that, we managed to go to the Erdtree Adventure. I do not know why, chat, that this boss was like really difficult for me. I don't really know why it was. I think it's because it had 3 phases that, or whenever it was I'm not gonna say it was the most difficult, but this boss was very difficult for some odd reason. Don't really know why it was, but it was. But whenever that second phase comes in, that dash that it will do can mess you up, and then boom, spoiler alert, phase 3 comes in, like the only boss in Elden that actually has 3 phases, and it does like a big explosion AoE move that can basically one-shot you. It's a different game changer, that's for sure. But we did manage to. It literally took us, chat, 3 episodes to get it done, because it's crazy how tough it was. I don't really know why, because it's weak against fire, but it's that 3rd phase that comes in shock actually. So yeah. The funny thing is, it's all over like the Elden Ring community that this Erdtree Adventure was like the hardest boss that everyone had problem with. Now it's supposed to be easy, but a lot of people was like really struggling about it. Next was the Demi-Human Queen Magriga. I'm pronouncing these wrong. We have fight them before, so we actually won side of this boss. This is probably like the most easiest boss that we actually did. Actually. And then right after that, we actually went after the Dancer of Wanhan. Let's go and find that. This boss did give us a little bit of a pain, but it wasn't a difficult pain. I would say it was about, I want to say it was about easy, to be honest. I have to say that. The Death Whiteboard. The Death Whiteboard. We have fought them before, but this boss to me, it was easy. It was easy. No matter, like a lot of the bosses that we actually have killed, like in post game, you already know what they're capable of anyway. I think that like the number one thing that did get us, I would probably actually will move it up a little bit, because will you actually fight this? When you fight this boss, actually, you have those other boss around the area that can screw you up. I did forget about those smaller birds actually that is around the area. I did forget about that. That's why I actually put it in average. I think that's fair. The agent. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Agent Dragon Man. Yeah, like the Agent Dragon Man, I did on my own time off stream actually. Funny fact. It was really easy because I actually did it for a guide for TikTok. Just letting you guys know, but he was really easy anyway. Forgot about that because I didn't even load it down on my I didn't even load it down because this is the Agent Dragonman is the boss where you can get the Dragon Hunter Great Katana for people that didn't even know. The Taboo Marina. We actually have fought several of those in the post game, and a matter of fact, I do not see it on here. It was another one of those easiest bosses though, but I take it. Alright, next was the Protestant Knight. It was a difficult fight. whenever he got into like phase 3, it had like all that ooze comes out and he like goes up a little bit and have like that big massive AoE move. It can kind of throw you off because you don't know we didn't know how huge that AoE move was. It's basically the whole arena basically. And I can say that it was difficult. I think it was more difficult than the Golden Hippo, I would say. I definitely can say that. We did manage to get to the Dragon Peak Drakes. I don't see them, but that is a-okay. Yeah, the Dragon Peak Drakes right here. They're about average. Because we actually killed like a total of 4 because there was like 4 of them anyway. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Alright, next on my list was... Ooh... Commandant Garrus. Where are you, bud? You was probably like the most difficult boss. Mostly when that boar freaking charges at you, it can one-shot if you don't pay attention to it. It's like the first boss that actually had to literally... I literally have to upgrade a shield. I never really tank damage before until I actually played this DLC because I play as a astrologer. No matter like astrologers, we just here just to do magic damage. Maybe doing some melees. It just depends on the situation, but most of the time we were standing back and doing damage in range. But this was actually like the first boss that I actually did struggle and I had to like change to like tanky type armor and use a shield for the very first time to be able to defeat this boss. It was a fun boss, yes. Once you know exactly what his movesets was. It's gonna go ahead and say that. Next, we did the Tree Sentinels. The first one was easy, but whenever we got to that second one, it did get a little bit difficult. But I think this was that second one, it just had a little bit more health, but that first one was, I'd probably say it was averaged. I can probably say that. It wasn't easy. But the first one was, but the second one, it was a little bit more of a different story. I think it's because we had like so much space to run around in. So yeah. Alright, next was the Falling Star Beast. Easy boss. It said buffed. It didn't feel buffed to me. We have fought like a total of 3 in the post game. That plus this one in the DLC. We already know what the movesets was, so we already know what they was capable of anyway. So it was an easy boss. Easy boss, low. We actually managed to do the court. I'm probably gonna say his name, but Court Myos' quest to do to unlock the Mother of Fingers boss. I would say that like the Matthew Mother of Fingers boss was difficult. It wasn't hard, but it was difficult. But Court Maya, Easy boss, lol. He basically was a invader basically, but they counted him as like a boss. It kind of a little bit threw me off because I wasn't expecting him to be like a boss like right when you actually killed the mother of fingers anyway. Next was the Ancient Dragon of Sinisax. Do not know why, but this boss was really difficult. It was really difficult. And then one after that, we should all know it's what after Ancient Dragon of Sinisax. Curse you, Bill. Bill the Dreaded. This boss was really fun. This boss was really, really fun. But does he... He was really difficult. I think it just depends. Here's the thing about like Elden Ring, like Dark Souls games, okay? The system is for different players have different experience with bosses. Some bosses can be easier for other people. They can play one shot in one go. And some people would actually probably will get steamrolled and have a hard time on a boss. That's the engine of basically what like Dark Souls and Soul-like games how usually are. He was, to me, I'm thinking he was more average, but I feel like just how epic the fight was. I don't really know. I feel like he has to have his own tier.
Hey, Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to summer hits. All the hits you'll need to
I probably can put him out.
Brought to you by McDonald's. QPC. 100% fresh.
I can probably put him on.
Excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and US territories.
You did have the Dragon Hunt Greatsword though, that makes it easier.
Summer essentials.
True.
From signature swimwear for the beach
True.
to lightweight linens that work from
I'm not 100% sure.
Tap the banner to shop
He wasn't hard.
now. Style icons for every adventure.
I can probably put him on difficult because it just took us like a few times to actually get him, but he wasn't very difficult. I think that's fair for me. For me, chat. I know some of you guys are probably a little bit different. The Julie the Elden Inquisitor.
And that's a huge win for me. My vibe is a Camry vibe. Tap the banner to learn more.
He was about average. He wasn't bad. We did got him on. I think we got him like the second time. But I would probably say that he was about average. He wasn't bad. He wasn't hard. Honestly, like, he really wasn't. Next, we should all know exactly what's the next one. It is actually probably like the most coolest boss I actually have fought in this DLC. We actually did cheat his boss, actually. Because he is weak against blood, and we use Sword of Flies, and we literally just... No matter, we actually just like stormrolled him. No matter, we did cheat his boss, yes. That's what caused... I want to say... Despite how badass he is, unfortunately, you know what? Let's actually do this. Add a world above. Okay. Let's do bad ass. How about this? Oh, our boss. I think that we should put Bell there. And we should do Medwa, the Lord of the Fiercely Flame then. I think that's what should we do. That, yes, I'm just gonna put Medwa, the Lord of Fiercely Flame at the Aura boss because he was badass. And no matter, we did basically cheese his fight really easily with Rain of Blood and Sworn of Flies. He did use Medic Tune. You guys can hate as much as you guys want. You guys just couldn't. You couldn't deal with the goodness that I am. But we're just gonna put him as our boss. I do see some of these bosses I actually did not manage to fight actually. Next is actually was gosh, I'm probably pronouncing this boss. This boss was easy. I don't really think we just, you know what, just to do it, I actually just put Fallen Beast was easy actually. I can probably do the same thing with like Hasa, because we did use Scale Relic and we just used the Golden Wave and we just took in one take, if you guys remember that. Next, we actually did Storm into the Storm Keep and then we actually went after Mesmer. Mesmer was really difficult, but he does have a lot of errors, aura, so we're gonna put Mesmer as a aura boss to me. It was a badass boss, yes. To me, it was. To me. What else we went after? We went after the Death Knight. There were two versions of him. I can put him as difficult. We didn't really struggle with him. Honestly, we really didn't struggle with them though. Trying to figure out who the Cursed Blade of Rathius is. That's my ant chat for the people that's wanted to know. If I remembered exactly what this is, because I do see like a lot of these other bosses that we never really went after. Oh, it's these things. It's these things, chat. Okay. Yes, I have killed them before, but these are not really bosses. They're more like great enemies that just don't respawn. Yeah, these are really difficult. They actually are really difficult. Mostly like the one that is in Saddle Keep. No matter it's like a really close range fight. Yeah. Yeah. I have fight these before, yes. What after that, we did the Romana, the Saints of the Bud. You can, I'm probably say this boss was about, it was difficult, but I'm wondering, I can say it was about difficult to me. It wasn't. I think in Wonala actually prefers or a boss too. That's what I'm thinking. One Monla Saint of the Bud wasn't that. It really wasn't. It honestly, like, it really wasn't. Wasn't bad at all. Right after that, we went after La Mentor. This boss was... this boss wasn't... this boss was CC anyway. Okay, I want to say like these other bosses that... like the Black Knight of Garwheel, the Chief Bloodfred, the Demon Human Swordmaster, and then also the Red Bell we actually did not manage to go for. But we actually had to do with Dawn, the consort of Mikola. He's up in the... He's up there on the most difficult, but we actually need to put him on top of... just gonna go ahead and say that. Because he is up there on the most difficult. These other bosses, a matter of fact, or just like the optional bosses, no matter like the majority of these are, I did not manage to go after these. I honestly, like, I really didn't. The Chief of Bloodfed, I need to go and get a closer look on you there, bud. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, I did not manage to fight you though. I did not manage to fight you. I definitely know I did not went after Red Baron and also the Black Knight. I guess I have to guess now. I would probably say the Black Knight would probably... Did I actually win that to you? Let me look, because I have fighting a lot of these Black Knights that actually had a seal in that type of hammer though. Yeah, it's actually about to have to, I would probably say he was probably about average. I would probably say. No matter, I did not win. We actually did not win after him because, like, a lot of these places on the Saddle Rim was like really hard to get to and had to figure out.
All you need to do is press play. Bose SoundLink Max speaker. Start the party at bose.com/Spotify speaker.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did not win out to you. Yeah. The T-Bloodfed, I would probably just gonna place these at an average. Because these are the bosses, these 4 bosses here, I did not win after. Yeah, I did not win after them. I think you need to go after them. I think I actually need to. I may actually do that, but who knows? Who knows? But honestly, looking back on some of these, Cinesex did had aura, but I don't think he was like badass aura. That's what I'm thinking.